you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, but no, I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said,
Hello, good evening. How's everyone doing? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. Today is September 13th, 2023. It is 6:37 p.m. on the East Coast. So, today we're going to be doing an interrogation. It's something that I'm going to be doing more in the future as well. I will be dropping interrogations in their full length without me, and then I'll be doing some interrogations with the reaction. I chose this interrogation for my first interrogation for a reason. Um, I'll be honest with you, this interrogation, this case, I never covered it on my channel. I didn't know about it at the time. I think it started off around the time I first started my channel. And I want to say that I know it's bad, Dana. I need to quit. I want to say that this is extremely disturbing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the deeper story into this case. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you this. It's this father who had this little boy, and he neglected this child more than anything that I could ever begin to say on YouTube, to be quite honest with you. This man kept this child in his room. It was basically a mattress and sheets. I'll share some photos with you as well. He AR'd his own young son, and to punish him, he would insert a table leg into this child's body. I have sobbed the first time I watched this. And yes, this man had a girlfriend there. The bio mother tried to warn CPS, the cops. CPS was there. This child lived in a dungeon, more or less, handcuffed, just the most vile thing I have ever seen in my life. This precious little boy right here, his name is Dakota Collins. And may he rest in peace. It's really sad when a father, as you'll see in this interrogation, the father completely blamed everything, which is what an abuser does. We know that, on his son, saying, oh, he acts out. I've done this. Well, when's the last time you took him to the doctor and all that? I don't want to tell you all of it, but I just want you to be prepared for that. So without further ado, we will get started on this. And I will commentate if I see fit. It's good to see you all here. Thank you for being here for me every day. Thank you for being here for these victims. It's tough. It is tough.
Blue chair? That blue chair right there. The lady's here to come talk to you. Gonna be cool?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. All right.
Can y'all hear that? Could y'all hear that? Just wanted to make sure. This is the father right here. And here we go.
What's going on? I'm Detective Sloss. Detective Russ is going to be coming in a minute too. Here we go. Okay. So, have you ever been Razor Race before?
Yeah.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, spell your first name for me.
ALMUTA.
Thank you so much, Kim. It's very kind of you. Very generous. Thank you.
AHAN?
No, ALMUTAHAN. Can I please have some water? I ain't had water in 6-7 hours, please.
Yes. We will get you water in 1 minute. Somebody probably grab it. Okay. Okay, today is December 13th, 2019. You
I
can
ain't
take the
about to
cuffs
trip, I
off.
swear to God.
I fixed it, Mark.
Brought you some water.
Can I get a photo on my lip?
We'll take care of it. Just drink it like you're drinking on
My lip hurt. You fucked it up good.
Open.
Hey, let us know if you guys want to cuss off.
I'm only pouring a little bit because I'm trying not to choke you. I don't want to. Just trying.
I'm all right.
Okay, so ALMUTAHAN,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Okay, what's your last name?
McLean.
How do you spell?
McLean. EAN.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
4189.
And your okay. So yeah, it's December 13th, 2019. It is currently 9:36 at night p.m. And we are at 335 West 3rd Street, which is our safety building. Okay? We are going to be interviewing you in regards to the crime of a homicide. Okay?
Homicide, that's like premeditated.
Homicide's kind of a catch-all for somebody that died more than likely not of natural causes. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it kind of covers a lot of things. It could be murder, it could be...
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't even know why my child is dead. You hear me? I still don't know.
If your child's dead?
No, they just told me he dead, but they didn't tell me what killed him or anything like that. You hear me?
So this father just said, they just told me my son was dead. Yeah, I got that, Jody. I got the jailhouse calls. I got every file on this mother chicken right now. Does that seem like, a father who literally just lost their son, their baby?
That's kind of what this opportunity is for you to tell us.
To discuss it with
we
you,
weren't
because,
there.
right.
You were there, we weren't.
Right.
So this is, once we go through your rights, this is your opportunity to kind of tell us what happened today and how he died, how he became unresponsive, because we weren't there.
Right.
Okay, so let her get through this portion of it with you real quick.
Okay, Mr. McLean, I'm going to have you read number 1 out loud for me.
I had the right to remain silent. Do not have to make any statements or answer any questions, anything I can say.
Yeah.
This one. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to make any statements or answer any questions. You understand?
Yes, I waive my rights.
Okay. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have a lawyer with you during questioning. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you do not have the money to hire a lawyer appointed by the court or a lawyer from the public defender's office will be provided to you before and during questioning without any cost to you. Do you understand? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer.
Right.
Okay? And you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Waiver of rights. The above statement of rights has been read to me. I understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. Okay, do you know
I don't want to agree to that right now. That man just bopped me in my shit and told me I did it. So I feel that was pressure right there. I wanted to speak immediately.
You what?
I said, I feel like he pressured me.
Okay. But are you wanting to talk to us now? You have that right.
Yes, I do.
Okay, but is that by choice? Because
yes, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what happened to my child.
Okay, we want to know too. How many years of schooling did you complete?
Probably 8.
Okay. Okay, and you understand this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're willing to talk to us?
Mm-hmm.
And you understand you can stop at any time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, and that's just saying that I haven't threatened you, I haven't made you any promises, I haven't, none of that. You're talking of your own free will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We want you to tell us, because we weren't there, what happened today.
Well, this is what happened. I ain't slept in about 3 days, right? The kid keep falling down the stairs, keep knocking his head around. It looked like something was wrong with his stomach last night that I noticed. And I gave him some water to throw it up. You know what I mean? I had him drink like several cups of water because it looked very odd normal. And I know that he used to eat in his own shit. So I just wanted to make sure that he was okay. So he drank the water.
You heard that correctly. You heard that correctly, and you're going to hear that a lot. He says that his son eats his own feces.
That was it. And I guess he goes back upstairs, acting out some more. I mean, jumping off the banister, shitting everywhere, pissing everywhere, the usual, might I add. I've been dealing with this for probably like, since he was 2 years old, he been doing this. Yeah, and so I've been very tired. I ain't slept in 3 days, so I'm just sitting there, and here he come rolling down the stairs again, ba-doom, ba-doom. So I tell him go back upstairs. A little while later, I go up there. I see a stick in his ass, like a chair leg. So I asked him, what is he doing? And he's just steady, you know what I mean? Just steady doing what he do. This ain't the first time he tried something like that. So I see blood on the ground, and I asked him to pull it out. You know what I mean? Blood squirted immediately. Now I'm freaking out. I'm like, hurry up. You need to get downstairs so I can get you in the shower. You know what I mean? And see what's going on. So at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I just see that he bruised up as usual. Seeing he never stopped. He would find any.
This is a 10-year-old boy. Thank you, ICU, for putting that. 10 years old. 10 years old. 10-year-olds don't act like this. Mods, please put the trigger warnings in.
Way, any type of way, anything to use, just to put a bruise on his body. So as a parent, I just put him in the shower. I put him in the bathtub to try to, get some of the swelling to go down or whatever the situation may have been, clean him up, make sure he was good. So I'm sitting on the couch. He like, Dad, come here. No, he like, Dad, help. So I come up the stairs to help him. And that's when I noticed his body was cold, very, very, very cold. So I took him downstairs and tried to rinse him off, to see if he'd shake out of it, wake up. I had no clue of knowing that he was sick to that extent, or that this is gonna go anywhere near this far. I just figured he was doing his normal acting out. He was kind of tweaking a little bit, you know what I mean? But as far as just like this. This is my way of describing it, just like this. But this is something that he done pulled for many years. All the time, damn near every day. Anytime he don't want to have his way, this is what he's pulling. Can't get him to eat his breakfast. He don't want to eat his breakfast. All he want to do is eat his feces. So I'm like, all right, at this point, there's nothing I can do but let him sit there and lay down. Okay? So, like I said, he said, Dad, help. And I came up the stairs. That's why I'm shocked as fuck right now. I'm not even crying or nothing. I'm just like in shock. Like, my child really dead? How? You hear me? Is what I don't understand. Now, I know them girls didn't do nothing to him to kill him. I just don't understand it. I'm very serious. That's where I'm at. It was shocking. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, he had marks all over his body.
I guess the interrogator had to be professional just to sit there and listen to him so she could get the information out of this. I don't even like to call this man a human being, to be honest with you.
It's every day. Now, sometime I had to spank his behind just to prevent him from hurting himself. This boy jumped out the window before. out, just straight out the window. There is no stopping him. I'm afraid. I've been telling people I was afraid.
No wonder the child ran out the window. This man blames this child for everything. He is the most. I would love to be in front of this mother chicken for 5 minutes.
But at the same time, it was nothing I can do. And I mean, I can understand the fact that he had marks all over his body. You'd be surprised just to sit there and watch him do it. Or just to see there and you could just be like, stop, or no, or don't, and he's gonna whack, he's gonna bam, he's gonna jump, he's gonna flip, he's gonna kick. We had stairs he was living up. He would kick them like that, you know what I mean? And kick them all kind of ways in the corner.
So he lived upstairs.
At times, yeah.
What do you mean at times?
Well, at first he was living downstairs, but the smell got too strong. Not only that, my little brother, I just got custody of him probably like 2 years ago. I've been taking care of my little brother. Okay, so he been living with us. Do y'all have my little brother? Okay, good. I'll just make sure he all right. Okay, so yeah, my little brother started living with us, right? And the Bob want to get aggressive with him, and you know what I mean, try to take his clothes off in front of him and stuff like that. So I mean, I had to protect him. I had to just send Dakota upstairs. I mean, the living environment, it was fine. It wasn't it was perfect actually. When he went up there, it didn't stink. He had a bed, he had clothes, he had everything he wanted. But this is the point that I'm trying to make as a parent. This how far this shit go. Like I can't get a boy a blanket. Because if I give him a blanket, now he has marks all over his body from him pissing on himself and wrapping around his own blanket. You know what I mean? If he did that continuously, there'd be rashes and, you know, that's unsanitary. Flat out. And there ain't no way to keep a child like that clean that just gonna do what they want to do no matter what, regardless. I mean, I done had social services out there. I called the police. The police told me he was being unruly and that when he got a little older, they'll be able to, you know, put him in some type of juvenile center. And I mean, this is the day after he jumped out the window. I mean, I'm traumatized every day. It's a new show. My child almost lost his foot. Here I am laying in the bed thinking he's asleep. You know what I mean? I'm laying in the bed thinking he's asleep. And I hear bam, bam, bam at the door. If you're upstairs, what are you doing outside? So not only did he jump through a window, but the window he jumped through is probably a little bigger than the square. A big fella like that, straight through it. I mean, he's impressive. So, like I said, he did that, and it just went on and on and on and on. Like I said, anytime that I put my hands on him, it was to keep him from hurting himself. And I mean, far as I wouldn't beat him with anything, I would just grab him and like, hey, enough's enough, like arms behind your back, like the police do, you know what I mean? It was never punch you in the eye or slam you or, you know what I mean? Never tried to do nothing out the way to him just to keep him from hurting himself. That was my biggest fear, and he just continued to hurt himself every day. I mean, he had food, fresh food, clothes, all that. All he wanted to do is show out and tell me that he acting out, and there's nothing I can do about it. And eat his piss and his shit every day. I feel like that could have been the cause right there. I mean, I'm not sure. Like I said, it just hit me maybe like 3 days ago, because I mean, I literally have to watch him use the bathroom every day, you know, just to make sure he's using it there and not upstairs. But not only that, but every time I go up there, there's mountains of urine and mountains of feces all around the room, the walls, everywhere. And
How about if you let him just use the bathroom? How about you let him be a normal kid? How about you clean your fucking house? How about that?
I mean, I've told social services about how he used to crack himself and hurt himself and all that. But, I mean, they said when he turned 12 years old, I could have looked into getting him into this one program or one facility. He would have turned 11 3 days from now. And like I said, ma'am, I am shocked right now at this point that he died. Never seen it coming.
3 days from now, your son turns 11?
Yes, ma'am.
What's his birthday?
The 28th. What's today?
Okay.
That was
Today?
correct. 25th. Is today the 25th?
No,
What is it?
the 13th.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that either. I mean, that's how tired I am. This goes on for days and days and days. I mean, I've seen him flip the table. I mean, he got the table flipped over, sticking his butthole on the table. If you flip this thing upside down and knock this back off, that's just straight ride out. But that's the kind of stuff he was into. I ain't never sexually harassed my child or do nothing like that. That's homophobic. And I mean, that's homo, and I ain't far from gay, you know what I mean? I ain't never played with they private parts. You see my little brother, correct?
It's amazing how he says that, isn't it? That's how he would punish his son. That's how he would punish him. And he did indeed are his own child. And he would put things to punish.
Healthy as an ox. We give him the same treatment. One just chooses to eat his food, and the other one chooses to eat his shit. And I mean, he got fed 3-4 times a day. He would take 10 hours, 20 hours to eat his food. Yep, I mean it. There it is. 20 hours to eat a bowl of noodles. How is he supposed to gain weight? Or how is he supposed to be healthy? You know what I mean? Non-stop. So I'm dealing with that on top of the fact that now we ain't got no health insurance. Because he done got in trouble so damn much to the point where I can't leave the house for 2 minutes or not 1 minute without worrying about, is he killing himself, hurting himself, doing what he doing? I really don't know why my child is dead right now. I still don't know. And that's what I would like to know, please.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. He stayed upstairs?
Did he stay up there?
He stayed up there, right? Well, you
Yeah.
keep talking about him pooping and peeing and
Yeah,
everything up there.
yeah.
Like,
But-
locked up there?
Nah. We never locked him up there. Like, the lock's been on the house since we had the dogs when they were smaller. They'd get into fights. We just never took the time to take them down, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he blames the locks on the upstairs with the chains, on the dogs. Everything has an excuse.
But we got pit bulls there. And we ain't separated, maybe be blood all over it.
It's like, Don, we got dogs.
Everywhere. You know what I mean? So that's what the lops is for. Like, he would come down, I would invite him to watch TV. He's my son, he was handsome, he looked just like me. You know what I mean? And I would invite him to sit down, watch TV, and this, that, and the third. And he would just shit and piss. I mean, the smell was so loud, I can go up there and clean it every day. And 5 years from now, you'll probably smell it. So if it was the fumes, I don't know what it was. I mean, I did everything in my power. That bucket that was upstairs, I used to put soap and water in it and have him clean it up. Clean the floor up, clean your walls, clean it up. Like, it's just unbearable. I'm downstairs on the couch. I can't even sleep because the smell is so strong. You know? I mean, outrageous. And he getting put in the shower every day on a regular, you know what I mean? But regardless, it'd be like you never put a drop of water or soap on him. It's very shocking right now, the fact that he did. I mean it. I never thought that he would end up dead. I figured if he eat his own poop, I even Googled it, like, will it hurt you? And they was like, nah, to a certain extent, You know what I mean? Just to see, because I mean, I was to the point where what am I supposed to do? Call the police and be like, oh, my son is over here eating his shit again today?
Did you ever take him to the doctor?
Yeah, he's been to the doctor.
He has?
Yeah.
What's the doctor?
It's been so long, I don't even know. I just know it was probably like when my health insurance ran out. Probably close to 3 years ago.
So the kid hasn't seen a doctor in 3 years?
Yeah, but he been to the hospital in less than that.
When
So
was he
he
at the hospital?
probably like a year ago when he jumped out the window.
Dayton Children's?
Yeah, he always been very healthy.
Okay. Who was his PCP? His primary caregiver?
I didn't have no primary.
Care physician?
No, I didn't have one.
Where did you take him to the doctor?
I only took him to the hospital, and I only took him to the doctor when he needed it, and it won't nothing wrong with him.
He's eating his own feces. There's something wrong with him.
I mean, but besides the fact, now I took that into consideration. He's been to counseling his whole life. See, I could tell y'all.
So where did he go to therapy at?
He ain't been to therapy in a little while.
He's gone to therapy.
He has been, I'd say, probably like 4 years ago.
So he hasn't been
4 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago. Maybe he's been to a doctor, 4 years ago as well.
in counseling for 4 years, but he's been in his whole life.
Maybe off and on. I probably had some online counseling services or online counselors talk to him. But
Where does he go to school?
I'm gonna
he's
take the doctor
homeschooled.
yourself.
Thank you. But the thing is, like, when I did have counselors speak to him, he would play them so slick to the point where it'd be like, he's all good and golden. Like, they wouldn't believe the stories that I tell them. You know what I mean? For me to tell somebody that he's getting it in like that, I mean, and he didn't have to do it. It's not something that we forced upon him or anything like that. Like, if I would give him ice cream and a couple cigarettes,
Hold on.
not that I ever gave him any, but just speaking in general, like, he would do anything in the world. You know what I mean? Anything in the world that you ask him, only when he get his way. He was a bully.
So if you gave him cigarettes, he would do stuff? Sorry, buddy, I'm trying to
In
get this.
general, I'm just saying, if I would have gave him whatever he asked, when he
There we
asked,
go.
he could be the perfect angel. You know what
So he says the father says his son will be perfect if he gives him, cigarettes. So I want to show you some photos briefly. This is the outside of the house in Dayton, Ohio. It, looks like a typical American average home, right? Right. So, well, it's far from that. Right. Little unkept on the outside, not big in the landscaping, but we're going to move in. $1934. And as we're walking through the door, definitely not very well kept on the inside, right? Just very unkept. This is the entrance. I want to give you guys a trigger warning. Major. This is first walking in. Just unbelievable. And as you can see, here's the bathroom, right? You can see the rags and all of that where this kid laid and suffered. Here is dad. Birth mom, I believe, but she was not involved. Just the stepmom. Okay. Let me just get to the this guy, listen, I am an animal lover. But this guy was more worried about his dogs and treated his dogs 1,000 times better, fed them, cleaned their bowls and everything. And he talks about it here in this interrogation as well. Than anything that he ever did for his son. It's weird that a noose was like that, huh? That's not normal. This was, in my opinion, for punishment. That is not normal. What this child went through is beyond. He had a surveillance system. He could see what's going on outside. Wait till we get upstairs. Just wait. They had food in the home, right? You can see there's pizza boxes. They ate good. Running water. Very, very. Look how, like, listen. I don't know if, can I zoom into this? Yeah. Look how clean the dog bowls are. Look how clean the dog bowls are. Dog bowls are clean. All right. So I want to show you. Here we go. See the sheets. These are, if you're squirmish, it's not for you. They got like a big turkey in there, pizza, some pasta. They got all, food. Here's the kids. This is their bedroom. It may be in another file. Downstairs. All right, I'm going to flip through some of these so we can hay for the dogs and all that. Just all kinds of dog shit. All right, here's the bathroom. This is where he puts, you'll see here in a minute, he'll talk about it. This is where he puts his son in the bathroom. Just basically throws him in the bathroom. Not to mention, he would lay. Oh yeah, Fluffy. This man is the most evil. Most evil. He would not. When his child was sick like this, he would stick the hose. And he wouldn't drain the water. Would not drain the water. So here is a room. Looks like a kid's room, right? Well, this wasn't his room. It wasn't his room at all. Let's flip some through here. You'll have to wait till you see this. It just another bedroom. See, they lived in different parts of the house. And they would lock the child up in the top floor. This was the stick. This was the table leg. that was used on Dakota as a punishment. It's amazing how close it is to the bathroom, isn't it? Trigger warning. Upstairs we go. Padlock. On the room. That's what he said it was for his dogs. Look at these stairs. We're just nothing but feces, urine, body fluids. That was used on this child. Remember when he said he would just take the leg off, take the back off? This kid was 10. Wait till you hear the story. Wouldn't you have jumped out of a freaking window? This was all this 10-year-old had in life. Was this room. Not a sheet. Nothing. This was his bucket that he would use the bathroom in. This is the most severe neglect and abuse I think I've ever seen in a case that I've ever covered, that I can think of at least. This is a combination lock, not a padlock, a combination lock. And I know this was extremely hard for the prosecutors, for the police, emergency. This was his room. This is where he stayed in most of the time. This room right here. Yes, everyone in the house was charged. So what he would do is he would throw this plastic down. And he had pools. Of course, he would jump out a fucking window. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
I mean, they let me say no, or you got suspended, so we can't do this. It ain't no punishing him.
He got suspended, so where's he going to school?
He was going to Horseman. He's been homeschooled for the last 2 years.
Who's homeschooling him?
Schooled. He was homeschooled. And I believe in homeschooling. If you want to homeschool, that's fine. But there needs to be some checks in this country, because a lot of people, and most people who homeschool, are doing genuine good for their children. But then there's abusers. There needs to be some checks.
I was. Yep.
Why do you have to think about that?
He was homeschooling. Dad was. Yeah. Had to think about that, didn't he?
My lip hurt. I'm just like, you know, I've been up for 3 days. As I'm telling you, I still haven't took a nap, been to sleep. So I'm doing my best.
And you've been up for 3 days because he's been walking into walls and falling down?
Not 3 days straight, but every now and then. I mean, he would go maybe one day, yeah, pretty much, or yelling. No, he was just yelling and screaming.
That's different than what you told us earlier, though.
No, that's what he do every day. But what I'm saying is, what kept me up was his tone. Yelling, screaming, singing, dancing. Boy, it's 3 a.m. No sleep.
Okay, so you homeschool him.
Yes,
What grade is he in?
5th grade.
Okay, and what's the stuff he's learning about right now?
Well, he was learning, but he refused to learn. Every book that I bought him, he pissed on it, he shit on it, he destroyed it. Pens became a factor of his safety, and pencils, you know what I mean? And no winning.
Okay, so you're not homeschooling him.
I had legal documents stating that he was certified to be homeschooled.
Okay.
But like I said, he destroyed all his equipment, all of it. As a parent, I can't go out and just be like, I'm getting ready to replace all this.
So when was the last time he had schooling?
A true education, I could say probably like
A true
2 years ago,
education.
before he got pulled out, Horseman.
Okay.
But he didn't learn anything. He wasn't doing nothing. He was threatening the teachers and telling them how he teach people a lesson and locking them out the classroom and, you know, just getting it in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was locking the teachers out of the classroom?
Yep.
Okay. Earlier you called him a big fella. You think he was a big fella?
Do I? Yeah, a little bit. He's kind of tall.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to talk about today. You said you haven't been to sleep, is that right?
I still haven't, no ma'am.
Okay. So, what happened when he woke up this morning then?
He never went to sleep.
Okay, so then what happened, what's been going on since 6 a.m. this morning.
So, 6 a.m. this morning, I look at the camera. I see him plunging on his chair. I don't think nothing about it. I'm just like, he's doing his normal weird thing. So since
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. He says his quote, plunging on his chair. And he doesn't think nothing about it. Oh, exactly, Dot. Everything is justified in his mind. I do want to say his mother, who did get a hold of CPS and police, and everything was overlooked in this case until a child was dead. She sued. And she won, and there was a settlement.
time I felt like ignorance was the best answer, because he was basically just seeking attention at any cost. You know what I mean? Any cost. He's been dealing with this since he was younger. He's been in the system since he was 2 years old. Anytime he didn't have his way, he'd make sure CPS show up at the house.
Okay, so keep going with your
And
story.
he would tell him just anything. The most outlandish thing. My dad said, kill myself. Or I'm gonna, this, that, and the third. And then come home and, how's the day? Everything was fine. Yeah.
So at 6 a.m. this morning,
6 a.m. this morning. All right, so I see him doing that. I'm paying no mind. I'm like, I didn't think he was hurting himself at all. So I'm like, hey, what is he finna
you
do?
didn't think he was hurting himself?
Not at the time.
Okay.
I'm thinking in my head, like, what could he possibly be doing with that? Okay. So, all right, I'll get up around, say about 8 o'clock. Go get him his breakfast and stuff like that. So I go up there, and he laying on his tarp, and he got it in his butt. I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing? I say, pull it out right now. He wants to get the wrestling, and you know what I mean? Either way.
I don't know what you mean because I don't live in your house. So
Well, he want to get wrestling and aggressive. Like, he don't want me to take it out of him, and he don't want me to have it, period. So I grab it out. Blood squirt. Yup. And it started dripping.
So this father, we find out, inserts that in his child. Laying on a tarp. And obviously injures this baby. This is why this kid died. But he makes it seem like he did it to himself. He was stopping his son.
So put him in the shower. I put him in the bathtub, and I tried to clean it up and look at it to see if it was worth me taking him to the ER right away.
Yeah. Throw him in the bathtub, check him out, see if it was worth it to take him to the ER.
But to the eye, I'm not a doctor. It didn't look that bad. So I'm just thinking.
what did you see?
Just like his butt hole with a little blood. Because, I checked it out afterwards. I'm like, whoa, let me see. And she then did. And it was just looked a little swollen.
Okay.
So
you didn't see any injuries or anything?
Nothing too heavy. I seen his butt swollen and his legs and his arms and all that, but I see that every day.
Okay.
It's not a day where he is not gonna add another one.
Okay.
And here's the thing: as a parent, I'm afraid. I was concerned, like, damn, if I take him anywhere, they're gonna be looking at me like I did this. You know what I mean?
I bet you was, because you was doing it. I can't even, y'all. I just can't understand why human beings are this evil. And what this little boy's words was the last few words of his life. And how this father can't even crack a tear is beyond me. Just wait.
So at the same time, I was trying to just get him together to where he didn't have any bruises, and then I can take him somewhere and see about possibly more therapy.
You know, if he could stop beating the shit out of his kid in the meantime, that would be great. But, you know, he couldn't do that to keep from the bruises long enough.
Or something like that.
So you know he needed some sort of treatment.
It started to hit me at the last phases, like his last week. It started to hit me that he started being disobedient to the point where he wouldn't do nothing that he used to do. He took a real big turn. So yeah, he started being extra disobedient. So I'm just like, I'm gonna back off, you know, let him do his thing. I'll try to keep him healed up, and then I'll get him to a treatment. Now that he's 11, maybe there'll be more options, I'm thinking. But like I said, today, he came downstairs, and like I said, showered him up. He went back upstairs, told him to eat his breakfast. He didn't eat it. He just laid on his bed, and he didn't eat it. So I'm like, I'll just wait a while. I'm like, eventually he'll get hungry, he'll eat. He always eat. He beg for food. He's never, he want more and more. Depends on what it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, can you have some more? Can you have some more? Some more? Sure, you can get some more.
Is that 20 hours later or?
Not even 20.
Guys, I'm going to interrupt this because there is a endangered child alert that I need to show y'all. Let me pull it up. Just give me 1 second. Just came out 30 minutes ago. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation did this alert. Let's read it together. 30 minutes ago, endangered child alert. We need your help to find 6-year-old Jamison Dean Farrell, who is missing from Smithville. Smithville. He's 3 foot, 60 pounds, with brown hair, hazel eyes. He was last seen today wearing blue shirt and blue jeans, blue shirt and blue jeans. Jamison may be with his non-custodial mother and traveling in his white 2018 Hyundai Sonata with Tennessee tags 846BLNY. Tennessee tags 846BLNY. If you spot him, you can call the Smithville Police Department at 615-215-3000, or of course you can call TBI 1-800-TBI-FIND. Here is a picture of the little cutie. We hope that he is brought safe and sound soon. And this is the exact car that they are looking for. Hi, Jess. Welcome. This is Smithville, Tennessee. I'll pull up a map. Smithville, Tennessee. I'll find out some more information in a little bit. We'll do a live on it and cover it again. Smithville Police Department, 3 foot, He was last seen today wearing a blue jean. Sorry, I always say blue jean. Blue shirt and blue jeans. He's 3 foot, 60 pounds. His name is Jamison Dean Farrell, Smithville, Tennessee. Let's go to a map here. Smith. Okay. So it's more closer to Nashville, but you know, outside of Cookville. Here's Knoxville. Here's Smithville, where the red is. Sparta, Cookville, and of course, Nashville. Population 5,004. Very tiny town. Very tiny town. Let me pop this up again. Again, for those just coming in, Jamison Dean Farrell. He's about 3 foot, 60 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes, last seen today wearing a blue shirt and blue jeans. He may be with his non-custodial mother, traveling in a 2018 Hyundai Sonata, Tennessee tags 846BLNY. If you spot him, you can call the Smithville, Tennessee Police Department, area code 615-215-3000, or of course, you can always call TBI 1-800-TBI-FIND. Here is the little guy right here. 34 minutes ago, it was released. Here is the actual car. I guess they've got them on camera. Okay. So we will we'll continue to monitor that.
20 hours later. We're talking maybe 3 hours later.
Okay.
Trigger
So I'm just sitting there,
warning.
like, I'm going to check on his body again, a couple hours, give it some time to cool off and check on it. So when I'm sitting on the couch and he like, Dad, help.
What time was this when you heard him say, Dad, help?
I can't tell you exactly. I ain't had no clock in front of me.
This baby's last words. Oh my Lord. Hurts. Dad, help. Dad, help. For a parent, mom, help. Dad, help. It breaks your heart. Not only for any child, but think about your own child, right? And your child is there suffering after living in these conditions.
Approximately, was it?
I ain't been asleep in 3 days. The time I'm pretty bad off right now when it come down to the time.
Okay. So was it
I know it was
long
daylight.
before you called the police or shortly before you called the police?
Once he said, Dad, help, I called the police 5 minutes later.
Okay.
Less than that.
Okay.
Just
So
enough
he's
to rinse him
upstairs-
off.
He's
Yep.
upstairs and he says, Dad, help,
Yep.
and you come downstairs, you come upstairs,
Yep.
and what happens when you're upstairs? He's talking to you. He
Yeah.
calls for help.
Yep. He was talking to me, and then he just quit talking to me. And-
Upstairs?
Yep. But he was doing like this.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
Was he standing?
Mm-mm.
Laying
But
down?
Yeah, when he asked me for help, he stood up like this. He was laying down, and he pushed up like this, like, Dad, help.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, let me go see what's wrong with him.
What did he use to push up with?
His bed.
His bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he pushed up, and he was like, help. So I go up there to help him out, and he got some stuff coming out of his mouth. You know what I mean? On my head, I'm thinking it's shit all automatically.
Okay.
But because the night before, like I said, I just noticed how big his belly was, and I gave him some water so he can throw it up. You know, if he had anything bad in him, a couple cups of water.
Okay.
I gave about 6-7 cups. You know, trying to force him to throw it up. Is there anything bad in there? I don't know if he swallowed his fork or what he did. So I'm like,
Swallowed his fork?
yeah, that he was outrageous.
Okay.
Or what he would have done, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, your child, you see him 1 minute, next minute you see him got a belly way out here. You like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Sure.
So what I do immediately.
I don't know what Summer faced. We saw her room, right? She had a man, a homemade bed in her room. But when Dawn says Summer's favorite word was stop, it gets me. He was bleeding internally. Yeah, he was Sicilian.
I try to get him some water to flush it out. And
So we're back to where he's calling for help, and he's used his bed to push himself up.
Yep.
Okay. And what happens next?
So I ran up there and grabbed him, and then I rinsed him off.
Did he walk down the steps? Did you carry
Kind of,
him?
sort of. Tell me
how you guys came down the steps.
I'm holding him like
Florida
this.
walked down the
Is he in front of you, behind you, or next to you?
He in front and on the side, like a little bit, because the stairs is narrow.
Okay. So
Okay.
where are your arms?
My arm's right here. This is where he at.
Connie, I don't know the question. I don't know the answer to that, but a 5-year-old's favorite words, knowing how, Summer lived in that home and that was her room. I don't know what happened to her, but a 5-year-old's favorite words, even according to her father, shouldn't be stop. Shouldn't be that.
Right
I
here.
get that, but how are you under him or on top of him, or how are
Under
you?
him. Under him.
So you're under his arms?
Yep, trying to hold him up.
Okay.
Yep.
And he's walking?
Slightly. Not much.
So are you
I'm basically doing all the work.
Are you dragging his feet along, or you got him up off the steps? What do you?
Yeah, I drag him a little bit,
Okay.
just to, you know what I mean, to hurry up, because I'm trying to assess the situation. So,
Is he still talking?
no, not much. So but he's still moving. His eyes is looking at me. He's doing his normal thing.
His eyes are looking at you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's
like-
his normal thing?
Just the freak out that I was telling you about. The freak show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But this only happens when he's out a lot of options.
Did he have
and
his
he's in
clothes?
trouble.
Did he have clothes on?
Did he have clothes on at the time?
Yeah.
His child was actively dying. And he says, the freak show. He's gotten his ass whipped in prison really bad, but it can't happen enough, in my opinion. Can't happen enough.
What was he wearing?
No, he didn't have no clothes on. And the reason I didn't give him no clothes is because if I give him clothes, he's going to spoil them right away. We're not talking about a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. This man is 11. It would have been 11 in a couple of days. So we talking big shit. I mean, he can pile up, eat as much as he wants, and save it for about a couple of days, and then just explode, boom, everywhere. You just smell it, and it comes dripping down the stairs like butter, melting.
All right, so you're carrying him down the stairs,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
Okay, so I was gonna call 911. I started to call him. I said, let me check him out, make sure he not faking me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I wasn't sure if he was faking me or not. Because like I said,
What were you calling 911 for? Because
was
you
just
said he
fine.
was normal.
not the reason.
Not, he wanted to make sure he wasn't faking. What? I just don't understand, man. If you don't want your kid, bring him to my house. Bring him to someone's house. I'll take every single one, I swear. Like, don't do this.
I was gonna call 911 is because he been throwing up and like I said,
When did he start throwing up?
when did he throw up?
Yeah.
When he remember when I told you he pushed off his bed and I checked on him, I seen throw up come out of his mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure before I wasted the authorities' time that he was not playing around. So I'm like, it is normal. You feel me?
If you are concerned about your child's health, you are never, ever wasting authorities' time. Ever.
Okay.
Because usually I could be like, you stop right now. I mean, like right now, or really not scare him. Or I'll just be like, maybe I'll take your dinner away tomorrow. Wouldn't do that, but as a dad, I gotta come up with something
Okay.
to try to make a person think that you're serious. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's like, all right. So yeah, now he's doing this. So and then I realized his eyes didn't look too good. I get on the phone.
What did his eyes look like?
His eyes looked like it just looked low, and it had a little red right here. It just looked a little low. But I mean, on a regular, he squints them like that sometimes too. So I wasn't sure.
So I think earlier you said, did you get him down the stairs, and then after he's down the stairs, what happens?
Put him in the shower.
Okay.
Not the shower.
Loco, guess what? It's my channel, and I'll talk about what I want. Thank you. You have a good day.
But I laid him in the bathtub.
Okay.
And like I said, he's still doing this. I'm mainly trying to get the throw up off of him again.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's smelling awful. So I'm trying to get it off of him, and I realized that something ain't look right. So I called 911, and I took him off the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I did everything that Dispatch said to try to save my child. He did start breathing again. He was looking at me for a second again. When the EMS got there, they told me to leave out. And I heard her say that he wasn't breathing again. And a couple minutes later, I heard her say he got his breath back. And then, and that was it.
So you got him out of the bath, and where did you put him?
I laid him on the living room floor behind the couch.
Okay. And you're doing what dispatch is telling you?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened, what did he do as he was laying there and you're giving him CPR?
What was he doing?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't doing anything.
Was he breathing?
Barely.
Was anything coming out of his mouth?
Yep. Air.
Air?
Yep.
Okay.
He was breathing kind of slowly.
Okay. Nothing else is coming out of his mouth?
Yeah. He started throwing up again.
Okay.
Yep. So what I did was I tried to lay him on the side to clear his passageway.
Okay. Where was he throwing up at? On the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
It's in them blankets.
Okay.
And then by that jacket and them blankets where he packed that evidence up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So did you lay him on a blanket? He was just laying on the floor?
Yeah, I was freaking out at this point. I'm trying to get some clothes on him and get him right. You know what I mean?
And this is why you're on the phone with dispatch?
Yes.
You're trying to get him dressed?
Of course. Yeah.
So
because he can't go out the house butt ass naked. It's wintertime.
Okay.
I mean, in my mind, I think I'm doing everything right. This doesn't happen every.
That's exactly right. This kid was mostly nude most of the time. Father wouldn't even give the child clothes.
Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay. So how did the throw up get on the blanket and stuff?
How did the throw up get on the blanket?
Yeah.
He might have been close enough to throw up on it. I don't know. Or it might have slid across the floor, maybe the blanket. You know what I mean?
Well, you're the one that told me it was on the
Yeah,
blanket.
that's what I'm
so I
saying.
went
I'm
back.
walking back and forth, so maybe we scooped it on there somehow, or I'm not really sure how it got there, to be honest.
How do you know it's there?
I kind of see it. I kind of seen it a little bit. I'm not even 100% sure. Maybe I didn't. I told you it's been 3 days.
Okay.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Okay.
But one thing I do know, I believe I seen throw up on the edge of this white blanket. That's what I'm seeing in my head right now.
Okay. Was there throw up on the floor?
Yes, plenty of it.
Plenty
a lot.
of it?
I mean, it must.
And it was there when the medics got there and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long did it take the police to get there after the medics got there?
The police is already there.
Police was already there?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
I try to cooperate with him and everything. Am I the only one being charged here?
I don't think anybody's been charged yet.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. You hear me?
Yep. So then the medics take him away and that's the last thing you know.
And I'm in jail.
I'm sorry?
I said, yes, ma'am. Then I'm in jail.
You've been to jail?
This is jail. I mean, I was in that back room back there.
Right, but you've not been to jail.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I'm sitting back there. The whole time I'm just thinking my son gonna be all right, because I mean they put him in the back of the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking he's gonna be all right. And I ain't gonna lie, just another thing I want to say. When I went to give him CPR,
Mm-hmm.
and I was taking it, whatever it was, out his mouth, it smelled so rotten, so awful. That's why I'm still kind of curious. Like,
Did you give him the breath? Like over his mouth? Were you giving him his breath?
his breath.
His breath, like when you do
Yeah.
CPR, you're supposed to breathe into their
Mhm.
mouth?
Yeah, I did.
Just amazing how he talks about his son. No concern, no sense of anxiety, nothing. Nothing. He is the most evil man.
That.
Okay.
Yeah, I was giving him his breath, and I gave him 12 pumps on the chest, and gave him some more. But like I said, I had him back when the ambulance got there.
So when you said that you checked his body again after this morning's incident and putting him in the bath, and then you sent him upstairs for a little bit, and then you said that you were going to wait a little bit and check his body again. Did you ever check his body again?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because he asked me for help. I had a certain time that I was going to do it. Like I said, I was trying to settle down a little bit, and you know what I mean?
What were you trying to settle down from?
It's just stressful every day when you deal with that for 8 years, when you got a very handsome child that can't go to school, can't have no friends, can't do right, you know, just want to embarrass at all points.
Okay. Who else was home today when this was all going on?
Nobody that I was aware of. The house
Nobody's
is pretty
been
big.
home all day?
Mm-mm.
The house is pretty big?
Yeah. Yeah, nobody that I was aware of was home.
Okay. So you didn't see Josiah?
Mm-mm. I've seen Josiah when he came back with Amanda.
Okay. But you didn't see him before he
Not
left?
this morning, no.
Were you sleeping?
Mm-mm.
House isn't that big. I
Nah,
was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't sleeping.
Okay. So we
Not
know
that I'm
that
aware
Josiah
of.
wasn't upstairs.
Lying.
Right?
Right, nah. Mm-mm.
Okay.
He wasn't.
Does he have access to the basement?
Josiah?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Okay. So he would have been on that main floor.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
But he be so quiet. He ain't a loud child.
Okay.
He
And
just
Amanda
like,
wasn't there?
not that I'm aware of.
And
I've been
Jennifer
sitting there
wasn't
so
there?
long. Me and Jenny never talked.
Why not?
Just because. There ain't no drama. That's like my girlfriend's sister, so try to keep it short.
She lives with you and she helps take care of your children, right?
Yeah, but still,
She cooks for you guys
sometimes.
sometimes? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But you don't talk to her?
not much.
So you don't know if she's there or not, you don't know if Amanda's there or not, you don't know if Josiah is there or not?
No, all I know is that I went and when he called for help.
No, I'm talking about first thing this morning, 6 o'clock, when you took
I would
London's
imagine they
breakfast.
probably would have been, but
You share a bed with Amanda?
yeah, but I ain't sleep on it. I ain't go to bed. I haven't been to bed.
Okay. So where have you been?
We're about to sitting on the couch,
Sitting on the couch.
watching them. It's like a 24-hour watch. It only take them a second. The flip down the stairs over the rail. I mean, not nothing small.
So you watch them on the camera?
I was, yes.
Okay. How come we couldn't see that view of the camera when we were there?
That I don't know.
Did you disconnect the camera?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Nah.
It wasn't
but
unplugged?
the man was right there with me the whole time.
Well, I mean, we weren't there the whole time.
No, I'm not following you, Kenya.
Did you unplug it before you called the police?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
It's just odd to me that we couldn't see that view that you keep talking
It
about
works
watching upstairs.
sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
It's a 24-hour job, though.
Right.
So
But
why
like I
were you
said,
watching it 24 hours?
sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I do the best I can. I can't keep functioning for 24 hours on a regular.
So, and you said you don't ever lock those doors?
Nah, not at night. Only when I'm putting a dog up there or I bring one of my outside dogs in or something like that. That's the only time.
When Dakota's up there, do you ever lock the door? Okay. What room, where in the attic where is Dakota's room?
Well, look, it used to be in the back area, the biggest part.
Okay.
Till he jumped off board, till he jumped out the window.
So you're talking about upstairs in the attic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where's his room at now?
It was still in the attic, but just the smaller portion.
Okay. Where is his bed at then, upstairs?
His bed.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning I put it in that back area, so he won't shit on it, piss on it. Maybe he'll have something clean to lay down in.
Okay, so do you lock that area once you put his bed back there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where it was today then?
Yeah.
Back in that area locked?
Yeah. Because look, that'd just be another thing for him to hurt himself on. The area ain't that big. He would just be like, I'm gonna flip off the bed and crack my nugget, and then I'll be here regardless.
Okay. So you lock that back area?
Yeah, I like that bed. Yes.
In the attic. So the attic's kind of like split up. You have the area where like the stairs are, and then you have that like back room where there's like a blanket hanging from the door,
Right.
and a door and a lock,
Right.
right? Okay. And so
It used
every
to-
day
it
you
used to
take
be
his
all
bed from the big area into the small area,
Yeah.
and you throw it in there,
Yeah.
and you lock the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It used to be all one, so you put that door and lock in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because for his safety, yeah. That's the measures. I had to board up. If you can't look, I boarded up all the windows in the room just to keep him from jumping out the window. Yeah.
okay. So when he was calling for help, where was he? In the big area by the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I heard him. He said, "Dad." Straight up there.
And he pushed himself up off of his bed?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then you helped him down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and you put him in the bath,
Mm-hmm.
and you took him out of the bath,
Mm-hmm.
and what'd you do with the water that was in the bathtub?
Left it in there.
You left it in there?
Yeah.
Did you leave the cigarette butt in there too?
Possibly.
Okay. And then, so you laid him on the floor there in the living room behind the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and he's throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
What clothes did you put on him?
Gray. Some tan pants and a black T-shirt.
Okay. And where are the rest of his clothes?
He shit and pissed them off, ripped them off. That's how bad it was. If I send him to school, they calling me saying he don't have a hood. His jacket is ripped in half. I got a price tag. I just went out and bought the jacket a day ago.
Okay. But he hasn't been to school in 2 years.
Right, but I'm talking about this is norm. So I mean, so he has other clothes. I mean, from his school year, because he obviously didn't wear the same thing every day.
Okay.
So he had other clothes and other clothes and other clothes, but it got to the point where I just let him get his shorts and his t-shirt because he never went nowhere.
So when you went upstairs to get him, he was naked.
Yeah,
So he just sits upstairs naked all day?
sometimes, yeah.
Why is that?
Because he pissed and shit on himself, and it is giving him a rash. Like, he'd soak it down so good. I'm not exaggerating you, man. Sometimes I go up there and I think I'm in the Pacific Ocean. How? I don't know. Can one get so much water? I mean, I monitor his water, too. I haven't given him more than he can bear or anything like that, you know what I mean? I try to give him enough to stay hydrated, and
Okay. So these injuries that he has, they just appeared or?
no, he had them all the time. I mean, but what was I supposed to do?
Take him to the doctor?
But look, here, I always assessed them. I always checked them and made sure nothing was broken or too far bad in my eyes. I mean, because at the same time, you got to understand this. I done had social services at my house maybe 40, 50 times. I done had, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me to run him to the doctor like, oh, he cracked his nugget again, and social services already told me the only way they going to take him is if they charge me with something. Like neglect, or it's not, I can't do this. Can y'all please help me?
So your story, I just want to go back to this too. You said this morning, first.
The thing about this is that his, the mother, the bio mother, she was trying and calling CPS, the bio father, everything, trying to get in touch. If he couldn't have handled it, all he had to do was pick up the freaking phone. That's all he had
This
to
morning, I
do.
think you said around 6 a.m. on a camera, you noticed he was plunging himself, I think was your word?
Yeah.
So he is,
But I wasn't quite sure because the light was off.
okay, so like, there was like a yellow stool thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He
so,
must have snapped it off because last time I checked, it was still connected inside of the thing.
I'm sorry, what?
It was still connected inside of the stool.
What do you mean?
The wooden piece.
Mm-hmm. The wooden piece was,
Still connected.
who said anything about the wooden piece not being connected?
Who said anything about it not being connected?
You said that he must have snapped it off.
Yeah, he did. Had to. 'Cause
When?
I noticed that this morning.
And that's what he was plunging?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe what you mean by plunging to me?
All right, so look. He had, a chair like this.
Right.
If you take the back off,
Mhm.
that's going to sit flat on the ground.
Okay.
And I
Watch this. Watch this.
seen him going like this, you hear me? I wasn't telling it, I wasn't able
So
to
he's
tell.
putting the chair leg in his
Yeah,
butt.
yeah.
That's what you're saying he's doing.
Yep, but here's the thing, I wasn't able to tell if that's what he was doing or if he was just taking another shit. Because every night he'll get up, he'll do stuff like this and just, slam it and scream, ah! You know what I mean? Now I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I gotta work. He only do it on the days that I gotta work the most.
Where do you work?
If ever I did work, whenever I can, I try to go to the temp service led work, but I can't never work there that often because of the anxiety, the stress. I mean, I'm trying to hold it together. But
So this morning at 6 a.m. you see him, and I'm using your words, plunging on this chair.
not quite sure. I seen close to it, and that's what it looked like to me. It
So
just
you've
looked
seen
like,
him do this before?
yeah, but usually with his fingers, and he tried a couple of toys one time. I told social services, I mean, they like, you can't stop him from being gay or you know what I mean?
Okay. So you think he's doing this because he's gay?
I'm not sure if he wanted to hurt his. I know he liked to hurt himself every day. It's a combination. I don't know.
And so then later on you said something about the tarp being up his butt?
It's hard cleaning up his butt.
You said
No,
that he pulled it out and he was squirting blood?
Yeah.
The tarp?
On the tarp. No, he pulled the stick out. Or whatever, the stool piece. He pulled it out his ass.
So you did see it in his ass then?
Yes. The second time
Okay.
I came upstairs. Because like I said, the first time I'm just watching him. I'm not sure. I'm
Okay.
just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He do it for a little bit and he stopped. It was all good. And then,
You didn't go up and check on him that time?
because he got himself together quick. So,
But at that point you knew he didn't poop because you said he would throw it if he pooped.
not all the time. You don't do the
Okay.
same thing every day.
But you didn't see poop from the camera?
Nah, I can't see it on the camera.
Okay.
So I had to go up there and check, of course.
Okay.
So,
But you didn't go up and check the first time? You waited until the second time?
right. Yeah, because I didn't want to, if somebody was home, I didn't want to wake the house up or cause more chaos. You know what I mean?
Where would everybody be
My
at 6
dog,
a.m.?
my dog get to working. My girl work. Jenny go for walks.
What time's your girl work?
Evening, morning, it varies sometimes.
It varies, it's not in the evening only?
Lately it's been, but it varies sometimes. So,
Okay.
like I said, I didn't want to be a hassle that early in the morning. Like I said, I haven't been to sleep. So I got to try to stay calm, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
as I can, and deal with the situation again, you know what I mean. So I go up there, I'm like, get that out your ass, you know what I mean. He wants to wrestle, I finally yank it out.
So you pulled it out of his butt?
Yup,
So how far in was it?
I can't say.
He just told on himself. He just told on himself. This is how he punished.
That's the thing, I don't know.
You don't know?
Because I ripped it out so quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so then
that's
he
just
started
inappropriate.
squirting
He ripped it out so quick. He knew the autopsy was coming back. He knew.
blood everywhere.
Not much. It was just like just a real little bit here, a little bit there. So I'm like, all right, let's have a look at it. You know what I mean? And all I see is it was swollen a little bit.
You didn't see any tears or cuts or... No?
No,
Okay. All right.
not at the time, no ma'am.
Okay. So you take him downstairs and you put him in the bath?
Yep,
Okay. Is that the same bath water that was in there later, or did you change the bath water?
same.
Same bath water.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Because I usually keep it the same because like I said, he's taking several baths a day.
So he's bleeding from his butt,
Hmm?
and you put him in the bath.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's the same bath water that he was put in later.
Yeah. But like I said,
Wouldn't even change the child's bath water. If he has that all over him and he's bathing him multiple times a day, like the father says, well, you can't clean anything with dirty water. It doesn't work that way. That's what water is for. It's new to cleanse, right?
they didn't bleed for more than 1 minute.
More than 1 minute? More than
I'm
1 minute?
serious. Yes, ma'am. And I did look at him good, and I didn't see no swelling. I would have took him to the,
Did you see anything on his butt? Was there anything on his butt cheeks or anything?
on his butt cheeks, yeah, scars, bruising, you know, but like I said, every day he's flipping.
This will echo for a few, maybe a minute or so. It'll work its way out. It came like this when I FOIA'd it.
One out. I mean,
So he's doing all this himself is what you're telling me.
yes, ma'am. And this is what he'll do, man. I swear to God on my mama. I seen him one day, right?
The other Sharon, what was the boy diagnosed with? Nothing, because he hadn't been to a doctor in 5 years, 4 or 5 years. That's okay, Terry. Sorry, I was gone for a bit. Nurses were here to change me port and driver. Okay, Terry. Hope your port is okay. Do you have any need help with anything? Just give me a call, honey.
He's sitting on the stairs. And that's why I snapped out in there. 'Cause I'm like, my child is dead. Like, I still ain't in the right mindset to sit here and mourn or, you know what I mean? It hit me. I mean, I'm sure it's going to hit me, but I don't think I killed my child. I don't feel bad. I still don't think that right
You
now.
don't feel bad?
I mean, I feel bad that he's not with me no more, but I don't think I killed my child. No, I think
He doesn't. He said it. He said it. I don't feel like I killed my child. Okay. Well, nobody said you did, but he's like, I feel bad that he's not here anymore. Not a lick of empathy.
did it to yourself. All right, so here's my thing. On a breath, not
I know that these are so hard to listen to, and yes, it does. We're going to go over that and stuff. Leah, it is a bad echo. It'll work itself out in a minute or so. These are very hard to listen to. However, this should enrage us. It absolutely should enrage us that this is going on to children. It should enrage you. It should make us sick. The only time things change is when things get uncomfortable in life. We should be pissed off for a change.
Not only because you misbehaved, you can't eat. You can't hit yourself and eat your shit and drink. No, what I'm saying is you're still not supposed to. It's not all right. I just had to as a parent because it was already in. I'm like, oh shit. What'd you do? You shit yourself? Like, yeah. I'm like, I better do that right away to make sure you know what I mean? You're gonna be all right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're concerned about your dying over eating his own shit?
No, I was never concerned about it. I never thought he could. That's what I said earlier. I never thought he could.
So, I think you were saying that you don't feel bad?
No, I was not saying that. I mean, I don't say that because I don't think you never know.
He hasn't, you don't check on him.
No, look, it's the way that you wording your words. I wasn't 100% sure. Sure enough, he had it in him. How deep, I do not know. I can't say.
And was that in the front room or the back room?
Every day. You know what I mean? I could not tell. At all.
So how did he get downstairs?
I grabbed him. And we walked downstairs just like that. She grabbed him up under his arms. And he was walking at the time. Yes, he was walking down there. Yep. And would have been there.
Does he get to spend any time out in the attic area? Sounds like all day today he was in the attic.
Yeah.
7, it sounds like, right? Keeping you up at night, he's being defiant, he's having these outbursts or this acting out. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any of that on video that you could show us, what you mean by that?
Oh, no. Mm-mm. Because it would be so embarrassing for me to be walking around with.
Yeah, doesn't have any videos of this baby, acting out, being defiant, anything. He doesn't have anything, but because it would be too embarrassing. Well, then, if it was too embarrassing to you, and if you was such a concerned father, why didn't you take your son to the doctor? Get your son some help. That's why you're a parent. Thank you, Carrie. Hey, Justin, love your channel. You have a beautiful heart and you're so caring. I can tell. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carrie. And he absolutely should be executed. Thank you, SL, for becoming a member. Thank you.
With that in my phone, like I loan my phone to my friends and stuff. Like, what would they think of that?
Okay. Earlier you said that you've been telling people about these outbursts.
What would his friends think of that? There is nothing more important to me in my life than what will my kids think of me when I'm gone. Will they be, what will your friends think of that? It's such a bastard. He's such a bastard.
You've been telling all these people about his crazy behavior and all this stuff he's doing. Who have you been telling?
Well, CPS, only the 30, 40 times they came to my house, but they never found me to be an unfit parent or, you know what I mean? Or
Who else have you been telling?
And the police, the last time I called the police.
So those are the only people that you're telling that is so outlandish and crazy?
Yup.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm an adopted child. I don't have any other siblings real close to me that I could be like, you know what I mean, share that personal level with. I had a couple friends that I tell, like, you know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, because I even asked a friend, like, what would make a child?
So you did talk to a friend about this?
Yeah.
Who's that? What friend did you talk to?
My friend John.
John what?
I don't know his last name. I just know he used to live in Dayton probably about 3 months ago.
So he's a personal friend that you can confide your business about what your kid's doing, but you don't know his last name?
Nah, you know how it be. We just hang out often.
What's his phone number?
I don't know it.
How do you get in touch with him?
I don't talk to him no more. We ain't friends.
3 months ago, how did you get in touch with him?
3 months ago, I would just go to the area he hang out in.
All right. And his name's just John.
Yeah.
What's John look like?
Light skin, long braids,
What's his street name?
skinny black.
That's a street name or that's a description of him?
That's his name, skinny black.
Skinny Black. All right.
Mhm.
Where's he hang out at?
I don't know where he hang out currently, but
Where was he hanging out 3
used to
months
just,
ago?
I used to just see him at the bus stop by Salem, and we'd kick it, drink,
Which bus stop on Salem?
close to Walgreens. And we just drink beers and stuff.
How often do you drink?
Every other day.
Every other day? What do you drink? What's your drink of choice?
Coke 45.
Okay. How much do you drink?
Maybe 1 or 2 a day. I mean, 1 or 2 every other day. Not that much.
Any drugs? Marijuana?
Yeah, but recreational only and religious.
What religion?
Rasta.
Okay.
Never heard of that. You smoke marijuana? Yeah. Recreational, I've heard that, but and religious. Okay. What's your religion? Rasta. I think his religion's Satan himself.
There was a tablet in the bathroom. I think it has a code. What's the code to the tablet?
The code to the tablet, I don't know. It changed so much. It's not my tablet.
Who is it?
It's my girl's.
Amanda?
Yeah.
Faithy Poo, thank you so much. I appreciate it, honey. Thank you. Thank you so much. And SL, thank you for becoming a member. Carrie, thank you again. I do appreciate y'all's support. It means a lot.
Do you have a phone?
Yes, I do.
When did you Google about him eating his feces?
I can't remember.
Recently? Last couple weeks?
It's been a good while. Yeah, because I tried to check in on it like a long time ago.
So when
And I first realized that's what he was doing, but he never did it. He was at one point like he was just spread it around. He would never, eat it like every day. I mean, eat it every day like he's.
So when did he stop breathing?
He stopped breathing after I laid him down, and he was still moving and talking a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And right, he just said, "Dad." I'm like, okay, that was it.
Were you on the phone with 911 at this point or no?
I got on the phone with 911 after I got him out the bathtub. Yeah.
Okay, so then when you laid him on the floor,
He
you
was
would have been
still
on.
breathing. Yeah, he was still.
When he said "Dad," and he's laying on the floor, you would have been on the phone with 911.
I went up there to see what was wrong with him. This is before I don't know what's wrong with him.
Just, I didn't even hear the kid say that, but the way, your child literally screaming out for you. I just can't. My eyes twitching. It's just so.
Oh, I thought 5 seconds ago, I thought you just said you got him out of the bath and you laid him on the floor. I had asked you when he stopped breathing, and you said that he said "Dad," so he was still breathing.
Nah, he won't. He was still breathing, but he didn't say "Dad" then. He was just, a little coherent. That's all. He was just a little.
So why did you start CPR?
Why? Because as I'm on the phone with the ambulance, she told me to check for a pulse, and it stopped. And that's when I started CPR.
Okay. So he stopped breathing while you were on the phone with 911.
Yes, ma'am.
So what did you tell 911 when they originally answered the call?
I can't remember. I'm thinking I'm telling him my son is unresponsive and he's not breathing.
But he was breathing. And
But
he was responsive.
it was off and on. It wasn't enough. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
It wasn't enough. I'm still breathing.
Did you call 911 immediately, or did you wait a little bit?
No, immediately.
Okay. And nobody was home when you called 911?
Not that I'm aware of, no ma'am.
Okay.
Like I said, I've been up for 3 days. I barely made people who be in that house around me like this. I don't pay attention to it much. Only concern I'll be worried about is if he about to crack his head open again. That's my only concern. Yeah, that is my only concern, I promise you, Mama.
Your only concern was getting caught and you went too far. That was his only concern. And the only person that was cracking anybody's head open was you.
And look, this is what I was trying to tell you. He did his leg like this on the stairs one day. Boom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Both of them. Boom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I've been checking on him, right? This is over a course, 3-day period. And every day I'm checking his wounds. He got them packed with feces.
Were they packed with feces today?
Today? No.
No.
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. But they were packed with feces yesterday?
And the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that.
I wonder why you didn't pick to do that today.
We clean it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder too. I don't know what happened. I'm still shocked. I'm telling you, I don't know. And it was like, he didn't make it. I'm like, wow, are you serious? How? Like, what would kill him? I don't know.
So we're here to find out from you.
I didn't think that, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What would kill him? I don't know. I really don't. And that's what I was trying to tell the officers, like, I really did not do this. I really did not do
At what
this.
point did you dress him? Did you dress him before or after you called 911?
I dressed him before.
Okay. So you get him out of the bathtub, he's laying there.
Mm-hmm.
Not really doing much?
Yeah, just little, just little movements and little eye eye movements. So I'm like, put your clothes on. I'm helping him put his clothes on. Put his clothes on. And once I laid him back after that again, it was bad. All I know is I opened his mouth to give him CPR, and I smelled the worst thing ever. And I started gagging, and I tried to clean his face off and get right back to it.
Okay. So, at what point you go upstairs to get him after he called out to you?
Mm-hmm.
Bring him downstairs, you put him in the bath,
Mm-hmm.
lay him down on the floor, you get him dressed, you call 911. When did you go back upstairs and lock the back part up?
I did that before I even brought him down.
So after he called out for you, you locked it?
Yeah, because he was still looping. Like, I just had to get the tarp and the bed out of the way because I realized that I had to carry him. It was in my way.
Okay.
And the closet is right there, so I'm just, boom, in the closet. That way I don't have to carry him and trip and fall and be hurt again.
I thought the bed and the tarp was already put away.
Sometime I put it away. Every morning, every day it gets put away at a certain point.
Okay.
It was still out at this time.
Okay, all right. So before he calls out for you and you run over there and you throw that stuff in there and lock the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything else that you can think of that would have caused these injuries that killed him? No?
Besides him skydiving off that banister, I do not know.
Skydiving off that banister?
Pretty much.
What banister?
You know how it's a railing right there in that room? I mean, in his bedroom. You know how there's a rail going across? He climb it and jump, flip, roll, smack, all the time now. But it wouldn't matter if I had him downstairs, upstairs, or around the corner. He will always find a way. He tried to jump out my car before.
So he stopped breathing once you were on the phone with 911. And they gave you directions on CPR?
Yeah, I stuck my hands down his throat, try to clear out his airway.
Got that really bad smell.
Yeah.
All right, stay still for a minute. We'll be back. That water's yours.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I truly don't believe them girls did nothing to hurt him.
You don't think those girls did anything to hurt him?
I would like to think not. I don't think so. I believe my child would have told me.
Okay.
But me knowing his actions and seeing him every day, I mean, yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right, let me fast. I don't think it was that. Okay, here it comes.
Do you have your phone? Do you know where it is?
It might be in my truck.
In your truck?
Yeah, he's just relaxed. He
When
don't
did you
give a
put it there?
rat's.
I just lose it. I just leave it every day, or lose it somewhere every day.
Well, where did you call 911 from?
Oh, my phone. Oh, yeah. I did. I used my phone to call 911. And, where did I have it? I don't know what I did with it. I was running around the house, freaking out, you know what I mean? After I got off the phone with him, I knew the ops service was going to be there and everything like that. Like I said, I don't know where I set it in the blink of an eye.
Did you put it in your truck?
I don't think so. No, I wouldn't have did that. That don't make no sense. I wouldn't have ran outside and put it in my truck with my child in there. No, ma'am.
Okay. We were looking at your history. It looks like you had a couple, you've got a couple things going on.
All small stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like the child endangering. What was that?
My child was, I went to my baby mama house. I ain't even had custody of kids. I went to sleep a night at my baby mother house. Our kids was 3 and 4 years old. And one of them unlocked the door and went outside. And they was in their diapers playing in the front yard. And that's what it was about. My mom took the kids for a day or two and gave them right back to me.
Okay. There's one in here too for strangulation.
That was on a guy. That it was an even match. He attacked me, and I defended myself. I'm not a violent person. I just defended myself. And the guy actually came to court and told the truth and spoke on my behalf. Everything else was just driving and nothing.
So where is your older child?
My son Khalil,
Yeah.
I think he's staying Seattle, Washington.
With who?
His mom,
Okay. What's his mom's name?
Paris.
Paris?
Mm-hmm.
Paris Collins.
Yep.
Did you ever talk to her?
She had him. She took the photo for me for a little bit, and that was about it. She gave him back, and that was it.
Has he been anywhere, like, has he been to visit her anytime in the last couple of years?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Has he been anywhere else, like outside of Dayton?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, he been I want to say maybe 1 time or 2 times after I left the state. He probably stayed at my girlfriend's mom's house, but she watched him for about a day or 2 and sent it back. That's about it.
Wisconsin?
Yep.
Okay.
A medical release.
I think so.
Can we get one for Dayton Children's?
Huh?
Can we get one signed for Dayton Children's?
I don't know if I do or not. 'Cause
And my
usually I
mother's
don't
name
use
is
those.
Tamika Nicholas.
Your mom?
Yeah, 'cause you might want to know about JoJo.
Tamika Nichols?
Mm-hmm. She live in Nashville.
I do not have that. But while I got you here, would you be willing to consent to DNA? Giving us a DNA standard?
What do you want my DNA for? Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's a...
I mean, I give y'all legal consent. I've been cooperating the whole time.
Right.
I mean, I snapped out when they told me my child was dead. I just don't believe it. I feel like they're trying to put that on me.
I'm going to have you take those out and just rub them around your cheeks and stick them back in.
Just retain it to that crime.
Yep. So, I'm trying to understand, these marks all over him?
Like I said, every day.
He can't do that on his back.
Every day. Oh, he slams back. He runs, he jumps, and wherever land, and he lands. I mean it. Or, you know what he'd do? Excuse me, if you could just pay attention for a second. You know how you got that rail right here by the stairway?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. That's what he do to it. Boom. Hard as he can, just fall out.
Why?
I don't know why. I never understood it. It's all in that. All because he didn't get his way every time that he wanted it. It didn't take much to make him upset. You know, he was a bully. He wanted to go back to school, but he didn't understand that he can't go in the classroom and do that and lock the teachers out and get suspended all the time. I mean, I was trying to work back then. I had a job paying $18 an hour. I was working good. And I lost it because of my child. Because he kept getting suspended. And he kept getting suspended and kicked off the bus and yeah.
Well, I think you know we've talked to the other people here.
Okay.
And your story is not consistent with his injuries as theirs, okay? I will tell you that.
I don't know what to say.
Well,
Yeah.
it's your chance. Like, I understand if you were frustrated with him at different points because you hadn't slept, or because he would do things that bothered you or disgusted you. Here's your chance to say it. But to blame him on him like he's doing it when we know that's not the case.
The only thing I probably did is spank his bottom or hold him down to keep him from eating his shit. Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
Or put hot sauce on his butt so it'll burn.
That I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I
did.
know you did.
Yep.
And why did you do that?
To try to get him to quit cracking on himself. Yep, my daddy did me like that when I was little. When I used to suck my thumb, he put some hot sauce on, and I ain't put it in my mouth no more.
So you think putting hot sauce on his butt would make him not poop?
Maybe it'd burn, because here's the thing, he would try to sit in it for so long to where it built up and just destroyed his skin. A bruise on a wet body that stays wet consistently all the time, I mean, it don't take much. Like I said, maybe I could have put a couple of injuries on him, trying to keep him from eating his feces at the time, but to just, you know what I mean, go to town on him, or just, or just to beat him randomly, nah, that never happened.
Okay, basically this is medical release just to get his medical history, obviously to see about the time he jumped out the window and
Right.
any other history that there is. So I'm just going to have you sign here, giving us permission to pull that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It was so wet that it didn't
Signature and
take
then
much.
print. So I need your signature and then I need you to print and date today's date. Today's the 13th. 12, 13, 19. Not here. Okay. What is the...
Like I said,
And how do you do it again? Just, I think for maybe total.
so you telling me they saying that I beat him to death?
Yeah.
Is that what they saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's very inaccurate.
When you spank him, what do you spank him with?
My hand.
Your hand? You don't use anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Just your hand?
Yep. And that's really that, because he was thinking so damn bad that if I touch him, then I'm gonna smell for days. Nobody in the house wanted to touch him. I mean, Jenny was left there with him majority of the time. Amanda was left there with him other times while I'm at work, and it'd be the same way. He just had bruises, and I ain't never asked because I know they didn't beat him. They at the same time, I know what he do. You know?
I thought he took a shower every day.
Yeah.
So if he walks around naked, how's he stink so bad?
You said how?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. It's just stuck on him when you do it so long. I mean, so long, man. I mean, I'll just be sitting on the couch and get the biggest breeze of his urine and his feces, and that's it. I mean, I could take him right out the shower and smell him, and it'd still be very, very, very strong. Unbearable.
So, I mean, obviously he drove you crazy.
I want to say that.
Well, I mean,
I was
he
on the
irritated
verge.
you. He
I mean-
made you angry. I mean, you sit here and talk about how he stunk.
Yeah, I ain't
And-
slept in days, but I wouldn't say that. Yeah, at times he did drive me crazy. At times I did not know what I would do, but I would always try to stay level-headed and just see through another day.
But I'm sure there's times that you didn't. And we know you didn't. I mean, in all honesty, we have witnesses, obviously, that were there when you were doing this stuff to him. Yeah, all these marks that are not self-created.
Yeah, half of them are not. Some of them, like I said, I spank them at times.
What'd you spank him with?
A spatula.
A spatula?
Yeah. It was flat. Yeah.
What is this here?
That's a rash. That's from his nastiness. Just a rash. Laying in his piss every day, ate his back up.
No, that's not.
That, I don't know what that is. I thought it was a rash. I've been seeing it for weeks. I actually thought it was a rash. I'm
Maybe if you
serious.
took him to the doctor, you would know.
What could I have done to cause that? What causes
Drag
that?
him
Dragged him where?
Down the steps. up
No,
the steps.
ma'am.
on
No,
the
ma'am.
carpet.
No, ma'am. We don't have any carpet. I did not drag him. I mean that. We don't have no carpet. I didn't drag the boy.
You didn't see the tear in his butt today, in his anal area?
The tear?
Yeah.
Mhm, the
Big
tear.
tear.
I seen
in
it
his butt.
swollen, but
No,
I
it's
didn't.
plain as day a cut. Yep, a tear actually.
It's possible.
Did you have to hold him down in the bathtub? Was he fighting you to get out of the bathtub?
No. No, ma'am. Not at all.
So as nasty as he
Jenny
is,
spanked him
you
before.
take him.
Amanda spanked him before. I mean, the same. We all use the same thing. The spatula. It ain't never been nothing heavy. I just pop him on the butt a couple times. Whap, whap, whap. Get right. I mean, because he obviously just keep trying to hurt himself.
Get right before what? You started saying get
No,
right
no.
before.
See, look. See, that's the mind games. It's not before what. It's get right before you hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, before you endanger yourself. Like, stop while you're ahead. I used to always tell them that. Stop while you're ahead. Just stop.
How come I asked you like 2 or 3 times what you spanked him with and you told me your hand and then...
Yeah, usually it will be my hand, but I have used a spatula. I want to be honest as possible. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, like that drag mark, or that you call it.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like to me.
Don't know what that is. I'm telling you. Never seen it. Besides the fact, when I did see it, I just thought it was a rash.
So all these marks are probably spatula marks? Is that what you're telling me? I mean, that's
Yes.
consistent.
Yes.
Yeah,
It is.
okay.
Is that what killed him?
I would say the spatula marks did not. But possibly throwing him around or stepping on him or putting your knee on his chest or something
And it
along
was
those
only,
lines.
yeah, I did this morning, but it was only to keep him from hurting himself. Like, he didn't want to come off the thing that was in his butt. Like, he wanted to fight for it. I'm like, I ripped it out, and he was still, you know what I mean, aggressive. I'm like, you need to lay down, settle down. He didn't want to lay down. I just tried to get him to calm down for a second.
So what did you do to make him calm down?
I just laid him down flat and just, you know, put my knee on his back. I didn't put a lot of pressure on it. I just held it to where he could, you know what I
You
mean?
make him put his hands behind his back?
Yeah, because just anything to get him to stop. Because I couldn't watch it again. Him eat his shit again.
So he's naked, you pulled this thing out of his butt, which probably hurt. I mean, I'm guessing it hurt him.
It must have. I didn't know at the time. I mean, at all. I don't do the butt thing. I don't know nothing about it. What hurt was my pride and my feelings, and the fact that he's up there doing that. He know how embarrassing that is. I'm like, what are you doing? Give me that. And that's when it squirted out, miss. And that's when I addressed it right away.
So I'm sure you were embarrassed and pissed.
Nah. Nobody was up. Nobody was there. Nobody was around that I knew of. You hear me? But usually, that's what I'm saying. Usually it can be, but nah, I wasn't at the time.
So you pull it out of his butt, and he's still fighting you a little bit. You roll him over, and you put your knee on his back, have him put his hands behind his back.
Yup, and I probably spanked him with a spatula a couple times. Yes, man.
This morning, too?
Yes, man. Yup, right when he put up the fight for the stick being in his ass, I did. Yeah, after I checked on his wound, though, because it was my way of telling him, like, don't do that again. Do not.
So you put him in the bathtub, you check his butt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you get him out and you whoop him?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Spatula.
Yep, because I didn't want to whoop him right away, not knowing what was going on with his butthole. You know what I mean?
And then you have him go back upstairs?
Yep.
Did you put hot sauce on him today?
No. Mm-mm.
So he goes back upstairs, and then at some point you had thrown his bed into another room, or was that later? I mean, I'm just trying to be accurate on this.
Yeah, that was, I'm trying to see, what, ask me again?
You pull the stick out of his butt, you take him downstairs, you give him a bath, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, and then you
Nah, the bed,
fill it
nah,
with the spatula.
Nah, the bed was still there.
Okay, at that point it was still there.
Yep.
So, and then after you hit him with the spatula, what do you do then?
That was it. I walked off.
Did he go upstairs by himself, or what did he do?
No, I did it when he was laying down in the bed. You know what I mean?
So he gets out of the bath and then goes back up there, naked.
Yep. Back to bed. Yes, ma'am.
So he goes up there naked. He didn't eat or anything like that, and then you go
We
up there.
fed him already. He didn't want to use food.
Okay. So you go back up there with the spatula and whoop him.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what do you do?
That's it. I go back downstairs and I sit down. And I just watch him to see if he's going to do anything else that can cause more harm than a spanking. And that's what I wait for. And I just sat there and I watched him. And that was it. He didn't do anything.
Just laid there?
That. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
And then at some point he calls you up there again?
Yes, ma'am. Yup, and that's when I went to go check on him. And that's when it started not looking good.
He didn't look good?
Mm-mm.
So what did he look like then? He was laying on his bed?
Mm-hmm.
What did he look like?
And he pushed himself up. He was just like, Dad. He just a little alert, a little loopy. You know what I mean? It was a little bit of both. And I decided to get him downstairs, try to wash that throw up out of him, and that's when he started to go away.
Okay. And you still had the water in from when he went down there earlier?
Mm-hmm. And he was in the water going like this, and you know what I mean, shaking and jumping, but I didn't have to hold him down or dunk him in the water. Yeah, so he was laying on his side doing this. I'm thinking he's just putting on the show again, you know what I mean?
He puts on a show like he's having a seizure?
Oh yeah, 24/7. Like this.
Are you sure he's putting on a show? I mean, he
Yes,
hasn't been to the
ma'am.
hospital.
Yes, ma'am, it was not a seizure because, look, I could tell him, like, stop it right now. Here's the sucker many times, and he would be like, okay, Dad. Thanks for my sucker. You know, it was just a show.
Okay. Okay, so then he goes, you put him in the bathtub and that's not working or whatever, so you get him out and put him on the floor,
Yeah.
and then you go and get clothes for him.
No, I'm already on the phone with 911 because he seemed like he's in and out of it. So, yeah, I'm grabbing his clothes, getting him dressed.
And in the meantime, Amanda's freaking out and saying, I gotta get out of here, you take care of this, I'm going to the store.
Nah, I can't recall her saying that to me. I don't even, like I said, I've been up for 3 days. I don't even know if she was there or not. I cannot recall her saying.
Pretty sure you would remember if somebody freaked out because a kid's not responding.
Nah.
I don't know, that's something that even a little bit of missing sleep probably wouldn't really make
Man,
you
it's
forget.
been 3 days since I've been asleep, man. I'm telling you. And I can't tell you at this point. I cannot. You want the accurate answers, and that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
do
trying
want
to get
you
you.
to be
I
accurate.
don't want to give you nothing I don't know nothing about. You know what I mean? I have a question though.
What's that?
What is that happened to my child body?
What happened to it?
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do with it?
Well, it's gonna go to the coroner's office.
And they're going to cremate him? Or who has? I have sole custody. So do I still have to say so?
I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either.
I don't want him to donate his organs or anything like that. They probably already took them by now. Huh?
No, I don't think so.
Why would you want his organs donated?
I just don't believe in that. The black market, where no one can shop on it but the right people. I just don't believe in that.
He's gonna have an autopsy done.
Yeah, so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, to see what caused it, right?
All of his
See all the
injuries
injuries
and
inside.
see if it was because he was drowned or because he was hit up against the wall.
Yeah, when I was pumping
or-
him, it did sound like he had water in him. You know what I mean? And he woke up lupus. So I'm thinking last night when I gave him all that water to drink, that get that poop out of his stomach, he could have had it in his lungs then and I didn't know it.
Or
Do you
maybe
think
when
he
he
had a bunch of water in his?
I did give him a
Stomach all
whole
night
bunch
long?
of, yes ma'am, I gave him a whole bunch of water because
The day he drowned from it?
I'm thinking so. Because look, I was trying to get the poop out of his stomach. I mean that. I swear to God, I do believe that's what happened. Because look, when I'm pumping my son's chest, I could feel the water. I could hear the water. You hear me? In his body. And on the phone, I didn't know. Yeah, he drunk plenty of it.
Okay.
But at the time, like I wasn't thinking that he could have died from it. You know what I mean? I would only did it to help him.
Yeah.
Because he looked bad. His stomach was out to here. I'm like, what in the hell did you been doing or what you been eating? Ain't nothing that good in this world to take you from this to that. And drink the water for me, please. He did. And
Wasn't defiant about drinking the water?
he said, was he defiant? Not really. He was just slamming them down.
Okay.
And yup, he just slamming them down, slamming them down, slamming them down. And he did start to throw up.
So he threw up yesterday?
Last night, but not much.
Okay.
This is when I'm giving him the water to
Right.
get him to throw up.
Okay.
He threw up a little bit. And I seen it wasn't no poop in it. Or, I tried to get him to do it again. And he didn't throw up.
Okay. What did his day look like yesterday? What did you guys do yesterday? Start with yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning,
Mm-hmm.
the same. I just fed him.
You
checked-
fed him?
Yeah, he had breakfast. I spent some time with him. I tried to talk to him about his problems and being a better kid and how he can change. And he's telling me he loved me so much, and you know what I mean, and that he gonna try to do better. And we spent a couple hours together, and that was it. He had lunch. He had dinner. Did he lay down the whole day? I want to say he probably did. But that was pretty much it. I mean, sometimes you can't get on and do nothing, you just lay there.
When did the unsteadiness start, where he's walking into walls or stumbling around or whatever you said he was?
See, that's the thing. I damn near fell asleep. And this shit started about 2 days ago. Is when he started this. Not a matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, I'd say about 2 days ago we started on that. And and I'm just like, thought he was playing around. And I mean, he didn't look sick. He was just
Just
like,
tell me about 2 days ago what that day looked like.
same thing. We usually have the norm, big chit chats and counseling sessions, you want to call it, and that's it.
So you were home with him for the past 3 days?
I want to say, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I think he drank so much water. I'm pretty sure of it.
Okay.
Well, if he drinks that much water and then he gets in trouble when he pees or poops,
No, it's
probably not a good thing.
I understand that's kind of double jeopardy,
Mm-hmm.
but I never did this before. I never had him like drink all this water, drink all this water, drink all this water until I seen his belly looking like that. I was concerned, like maybe you ate too much shit, or maybe you're starting to show. And he, yeah, and I just wanted him to throw up. I just wanted to know that it wasn't nothing wrong inside of him at the time. You know what I mean? And that's what he did. He threw up one time, and that was it.
Did you ever pour salt in his wounds? No, just hot sauce?
Yeah.
Never salt?
No. I poured salt on the floor upstairs sometimes just to try to get that piss to soak up out the cracks and stuff like that. But other than that, nah, it wasn't no punishment with the salt and nothing like that. I ain't put no salt in his water. I ain't did nothing like that. Like I said, it really shocked me today. I'm still shocked. This is gonna be the rest. I'm gonna be in prison for the rest of my life because of this right here. Because of my child.
Why are you going to be in prison?
I mean, I'm the man. I'm the only parent. I'm responsible. You know what I mean? And it's just bad. Like I said, I probably did give him too much water, but I never had intentions on making it cause that. I mean, I was getting fed up as a parent, yeah, but I was not trying to kill my child, hurt my child, molest my child, do anything wrong to my child, but get him to use the bathroom in the toilet like a normal 11-year-old child. He just didn't want to do it. He would actually do both. Go piss in the toilet and save the big play for upstairs or for when we're watching TV or whatever. Mm-hmm. Can I ask y'all a question? Have y'all dealt with this before or something similar?
What do you mean?
I just need some help right now. Like, my child is dead, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And they looking at me like I'm, you know what I mean? That's not good.
No, it's not. What, why did you hide the stool leg?
No, I just took it away from him. I didn't really hide it.
Where'd you put it?
I remember putting it, I don't know where I put it at, to be honest. I probably stuck it behind the dresser, just out of sight real quick.
Behind the dresser?
Yeah, somewhere out of sight.
Out of sight of who?
Me and him.
Why out of your sight?
Because it reminded me of where I pulled it out from. That's pretty gross. I didn't want to smell it. I didn't want the baby to get a hold of it. You know what I mean?
Well, it was definitely out of his sight because he was locked upstairs and not allowed to come out. So that wasn't an issue.
It never that he was not allowed to come out. He just didn't want to come out respectful. You can't come out and shit on yourself right beside somebody, and not that you don't want. I mean that you can't.
So he wasn't allowed because he pooped his pants.
Nah, it ain't that he wasn't allowed. Sometimes we put a diaper on him and we kicked it. You know what I mean? He actually had diapers. And adult diapers and all that. I mean, I'm just trying to teach him a lesson, but not in the physical aspect.
You taught him a lesson.
It took his life. And I am very sorry. I mean that. It kills me. You hear me? To know that water did that, and then my attitude, the way I've been spanking him. I ain't gonna lie, I did get out of control at times, but not that often. And I thought he would snap back from it. You know what I mean? From his ass whooping. I didn't know that water was gonna do that. I'm believing that's when he started acting funny, right? He had too much. But
I think it's probably the ass whooping, but
you think so?
yeah.
It killed him?
I mixed there were a lot of things that were going on.
Stress. I had a question though. If I don't know, man. I'm afraid for my life. Yeah. I'm hurt that my child is gone. It's unbelievable.
No, this child was Dakota. He was not disabled. He was a perfectly healthy, loving, good child. There he is. Beautiful little boy. Beautiful little boy. And his father is the biggest monster I could ever even begin to think of.
Like, I still don't believe right now he's dead, gone, not coming back.
You're afraid for your life?
Yes, I am.
Your child's dead and you're afraid for your life.
I'll be spending the rest of my life in prison. I'm 30 years old. What I'm going to do for the rest of my life, all because I tried to raise my child the right way and he became defiant and we ran into a situation.
You did
You know,
not.
I mean, people knew what he was doing. You know, but at the same time, it wasn't for them to do anything about it. It was for me to do something. I feel like
Candy Lee, we
should've
see
really
ya.
just tried harder on getting him some better counseling. Yeah. But we in Ohio at that too. That's automatic death penalty, ain't it?
He's already worried about the death sentence, automatic death sentence. You didn't get death. You'll die in prison. And you should. But you should have got death, in my opinion.
It is, ain't it?
What are you thinking is death penalty?
They just changed the law.
To look into that, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
All right, anything else?
You're right.
Yeah. Is the girls gonna be all right? I mean, I really shouldn't be worried about that at this point, but I just don't want them to get in enough type of trouble. You know, they tried to help me so much with taking care of them and, you know, making sure things didn't get.
Later, maybe in a couple days, we'll do the other interviews. The people, his girlfriend, and the other girl that was living in the house. We'll do the jailhouse phone calls. We'll go over the pictures of this case. Oh,
Get out of hand and all that.
I can't talk for the girls yet. I mean, I don't think any decisions have been made, so.
But I'm just begging y'all, please, 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 please take into consideration. I did not get my child out of the foster care. I fought 4 years for him. Just to turn around and do him like this, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I moved from North Carolina to Wisconsin. That's over 1,800 miles away, just to make sure that, you know what I mean, I could be a part of my son's life. I never, ever, ever had intentions on doing this or seeing it going so far. I really just thought his behind would be all right the next day, and you know he'll continue with his behaviors. Mm, I did grow a little angry when I was thinking this, but with that especially. I'm getting life in prison.
We'll see how it goes, man.
Strong possibility.
It's possible.
Please, y'all, please don't do it to me.
Just hang on real quick, okay?
I'm only 30, please.
All right, man. Go sit up. Put your hands on your back. We're gonna take you to the valley, get you checked out. All right.
You tell me why I'm being charged with
Right now, murder and child endangering.
murder.
Yes.
What does murder mean? Like
Murder means you killed your child.
I
So murder
planned
means.
it.
What's that?
That means I planned it or something.
No, I didn't say you planned it. What I'm saying is that you murdered your son.
Anybody else being charged?
They haven't decided yet.
It's in my bed. It's in the inside. Murder.
Got anything else on you? Yes, you are, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Do you know
Move your hands, I'm
sorry. Do you know my shoes on?
Yeah, they're in the other room. We'll get them.
Dakota's father, I can't pronounce his name, Mutahan McLean, had pleaded guilty to murder, RAPE, and other charges. He was sentenced this morning to 50, not this morning, but 51 years to life in prison. And just want to show y'all this little baby in absolute loving memory of little Dakota Collins, December 18th, 2008 to December 13th, almost his birthday, 2019. And this was the first interrogation that I started on my channel, and it bothers me tremendously, and it should bother everyone, to say the least. Yeah, Mohawk. He was beautiful. He was beautiful. He did not, you know, the thing is, guys, we don't pick our family, right? I know family can get crazy sometimes and all of that, with your brothers or your sisters or your whatever. But this is a whole nother level. And any of us could have been a Dakota Collins. Any of us could have been a Summer Wells. Any of us could have been a Harmony Montgomery, right? And hug your babies, and don't ever let anyone try to change your mind about neglect, child abuse, animal abuse, elderly abuse. It's not okay. You can get along with anybody in the world, but those people, it's unacceptable. And so, yeah, where's his mother? His mother was in a different state. She had called CPS multiple times. She was trying to get him back. He would not answer. She didn't know where they were living. Uh, she won her case. She sued and she won. Uh, yeah. So, absolutely, butterfly kisses. Absolutely. And for those of you that didn't see the photos that I shared during this live stream of his room, the gut wrenching, I will be showing them again. We're going to be going over this case more thoroughly. There is interrogations of his girlfriend, jailhouse phone calls that you will not believe, photos that you will not believe, craziness still in this case it just baffles your mind that human beings can be this evil, this reckless, this careless toward anyone, let alone their own children. I know this was hard to watch for those of you that was here, and I know some of you have shed tears over this. I know I certainly did and have. But and it causes our heart so much pain and grief. But that's the normal human condition. It should cause our heart pain and grief. What we are going through, sitting comfortably in our living rooms or our kitchens or wherever we're at right now, is nothing what this baby, this precious baby, went through every single day of his life. And even while his father was neglecting him and abusing him, he still called out for his father, "Dad, help me." And I hope when he faces his maker, our maker, that is the only thing that I can think of that can right the wrong of little Dakota. That's the only thing. Because there's nothing in this world, not even death, is good enough for this man. Why were they so nice to that monster during the interview? Well, because they want as much information out of him as possible. That's why. That's why. Have you ever heard the saying, you get more, what is it? You get more honey with sugar, not vinegar, right? And if they feel comfortable and they're talking to you and you have sympathy for them, kindness, then they feel like they're being understood and heard more. It's a trained, yes. Um, and it's called the read technique. There's different techniques during interviewing. The read technique is the most common. Yeah. Kelly, if you want to start from the beginning, I did some commentary on this one. I also have it where it's just the straight video through underneath my video section. So you can watch it there as well. I'm so sad I found out as a child abuse advocate, no matter how horrific they treat the child will still love their parent. Dreamcatcher, that is exactly right. Um, I will say that what you just said, no matter how horrific the child abuse or the abuse, that that is all a child knows is their parent, and they don't know anything else. So when people say, "Oh, look at Summer's life. She's so happy in that picture." Of course she is. She's a kid. Kids are very resilient. I've done foster care for almost 11 years now, and it takes a process for a child to realize that they were actually being abused in the first place. They will make excuses for their parent. They don't even realize it's abuse. That's the thing. They don't even realize it's abuse. They think this is a normal thing in life, that everyone lives like them. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. Call it out. If someone says, the child is being abused, and they say, "Oh, well, look at that picture. She looks so happy." Well, she might have been happy in that picture. The kid might have been happy in that picture. That doesn't mean they weren't abused. It has nothing to do with it. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me this evening. This was a heavy one. It really was. And I appreciate it. I love absolutely each of you, and I love all of your hearts. The support that you give me every single day. And I love that you guys are here for these kids. And I appreciate that truly. I'm going to cry. From the bottom of my heart. So, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I love you all. I'll see y'all later. Good night. God bless.